So when you think of the Amazon, you probably picture a long, winding river on a map, right? But it's so much more than that. It's a place that seems to defy logic, a world of secrets hiding in plain sight. And today, we're going to dive right in.
Yeah, we all think we have a pretty good idea of what the Amazon is. But the truth is, it's a total shapeshifter. I mean, this is a river that changes its name, its color, and get this, sometimes it even breaks the laws of physics and flows backward. Seriously.
And believe it or not, that's just what we can see on the surface. Because deep underground, there's this ghost river, a secret waterway that's been hiding from us this whole time. So in this explainer, we are going to peel back all the layers on what might be one of Earth's greatest mysteries.
All right, first things first, we have to try and wrap our heads around the sheer, mind-boggling scale of this thing. Honestly, calling the Amazon just a river feels like a huge understatement. Some scientists even say it's more like its own planet.
You know, early explorers and the people who lived along its banks for generations, they didn't call it a river. They called it the River Sea. And it makes total sense when you think about it. During the rainy season, this thing can swell to almost 50 kilometers wide. Imagine standing on one bank, you literally can't see the other side. It's just a horizon of water, just like looking out at the ocean.
And that sea has some truly unimaginable power. Every single second, it's pumping around 209,000 cubic meters of fresh water into the Atlantic. Just try to picture that for a moment. This one river is responsible for 20%, a full 1/5 of all the fresh water that flows into all of the planet's oceans combined. That's just wild.
And to put that into even crazier perspective, the Amazon's water flow, it's not just a little bit bigger than other rivers. No, it's bigger than the next 7 largest rivers on Earth combined. It's absolutely in a league of its own.
Okay, so you'd think for a river this massive, right, we'd at least have the basics down. But what's incredible is that its most fundamental feature, how long it is still a huge source of scientific debate.
For decades, if you picked up any textbook, it would tell you the Nile River in Africa is the longest in the world. End of story. But, well, the story isn't quite that simple, and a group of scientists in South America decided it was time to challenge that long-held belief.
So what's the deal? It all comes down to a simple question. Where do you start measuring? By the traditional measurements, the Nile wins, clocking in at 6,650 kilometers. But with new satellite mapping, scientists have traced the Amazon's source way farther up, high in the Andes. And this new measurement, it puts the Amazon at almost 7,000 kilometers long. That could make it the real champion. But let me tell you, this debate is far from over.
And the river's weirdness isn't just about its length. Just look at the water itself. This right here is the famous meeting of waters. You've got the dark, almost tea-colored water of the Rio Negro flowing right into the muddy Café au lait Amazon. But look, they don't mix. For kilometers, they just flow side by side, like two separate rivers in one channel. And why? It's because their temperatures, their speeds, their densities, they're all so different that they just refuse to mix right away. How cool is that?
Now, the river's power isn't just about its massive size. It's so strong it can actually defy the laws of nature and pick a fight with the ocean and win.
This incredible event is called the Pororoca. So when the Atlantic high tide comes surging in, it pushes back against the river with so much force that it creates a massive tidal wave, sometimes 4 meters high, that just barrels up the river against the current. This wave is so powerful, it literally reverses the Amazon's flow for kilometers. It's so legendary that surfers actually travel from all over the world just for the chance to ride it.
Okay, but the Amazon's secrets aren't just floating in its waters. Nope, they're buried deep in its past. This river's history is every bit as deep and complex as its currents.
The story starts way back on the supercontinent Gondwana. And here's the weird part. The river used to flow west, from Africa. Then, millions of years later, bam! The Andes Mountains just erupted from the earth, basically creating a giant wall that blocked its path and forced it to turn around and flow east. And since then, oh, it's seen it all. An age of monsters, and now, we're discovering, some surprisingly advanced human civilizations.
Let's talk about those monsters. 60 million years ago, the Amazon was the stomping ground of Titanoboa. Yeah, that's its real name. We know from fossils found in a Colombian coal mine that this serpent, was over 15 meters long and weighed more than a ton. It was so big it hunted crocodiles for lunch. I mean, a modern anaconda would look like a little garden worm next to this absolute giant. For the longest time, the belief was that the Amazon jungle was just too harsh, too dense for any large-scale civilization to thrive. Well, that belief has been completely shattered. Using this amazing laser technology called LiDAR, which can basically see through the jungle canopy, researchers found evidence of the Kasarabe culture. These people built 22-meter-high earthen pyramids. They created these vast networks of canals and long, perfectly straight roads connecting their cities. And then, around the year 1400, they just vanished.
So, just when scientists thought, okay, we're starting to figure this place out, they stumbled upon its most profound secret yet, one that was hidden deep, deep beneath the jungle floor.
It all happened back in 2011. Researchers were drilling deep into the earth, looking for oil, when they noticed something, well, something strange in their data. After going through the readings from over 240 different boreholes, they realized they had found something shocking.
What did they find? They found a second river, a ghost river, flowing in the exact same direction as the Amazon, but 4 kilometers straight down, deep inside the Earth's crust. They named it the Rio Hamza. Now, this isn't a river of open water like you might picture. It's a colossal, incredibly slow-moving flow of groundwater, just seeping its way through porous rock.
And just look at this comparison. The Hamza is way, way wider than the Amazon. We're talking up to 400 kilometers across. But its speed, it's an absolute crawl, just millimeters per second. It's like this hidden parallel world, a shadow river moving silently deep beneath our feet.
So, what does all of this tell us? It shows that the Amazon isn't just a river, not even close. It's this complex, multi-layered world that we're still just beginning to understand. It feels like every time we find an answer, it just opens up an even bigger, more fascinating question.
I mean, think about the journey we've just been on. We started with its massive scale as a river sea, then jumped into the debate over its true length. We saw how it can literally flow backward. We uncovered lost worlds of prehistoric monsters and forgotten civilizations. And finally, we found that secret ghost river flowing in the dark.
The story of the Amazon is just incredible proof that even today in the 21st century, in a world we think we've completely mapped and figured out, our planet still holds these profound mysteries. And so often, they're waiting for us just beneath the surface.